to the first episode of Jank Brews. Today we're going to be brewing with Hoarding Broodlord in standard as always, and then playing some matches. I think we're in the middle of Diamond in Ranked. We'll see how this does there. As mentioned, the namesake this deck here is Hoarding Broodlord. Criminally underplayed in standard, if you ask me. Don't know if it's taken us to Mythic. Not a lot of time left. We've been doing a lot of brewing, as usual. But there are a bunch of ways that we can cheat out a Hoarding Broodlord. In this first episode, we're going to work on the most obvious, which would be tokens. Orzhov tokens is already somewhat of a deck, and I think it can be improved with a Hoarding Broodlord. Just gives it a little bit of upside. Better payoffs near the end. So, along with Hoarding Broodlord, we're going to be basically playing two different things here. We're going to be playing token generators and Silver Bullet toolbox type cards, which, if you get to know me, are some of my favorite things in Magic. Toolbox, tutors, things of that nature. So we got Virtue of Persistence for that. Virtue of Loyalty obviously plays well with the token theme. We're playing a one-of copy of Depopulate. Seems counterintuitive, but under some circumstances, particularly in standard best of one, where we're going to be up against a lot of mono red and a lot of mono white, and maybe even dinosaur decks where they're likely to get bigger than us fast, it could be kind of convenient to bait them into depopping. So we're going to run a depop. This is Jank Brews. Listen, we can do what we want, right? Wandering Emperor is just a great token card. Helps keep us alive. Beseech the Mirror also plays well with tokens and is also a way to get us into a Broodlord or potentially just cast that to populate if we need it. Maybe a little cheeky, but again, that's what we're here for. Bloodletter of Alcazatz, I think, is just a really fun tutor card off of Broodlord, particularly if you know you can attack in the air the next turn. It's also good for a deck that goes wide with tokens, just a means by which to push through some damage. So in the token generator slot, most of the things here at 2 and 3. I love Sanguine Evangelist. One, it creates a black bat token when it enters or dies. And it has Battle Cry, another great way to push through some damage with the token deck. Obviously, Wedding Announcement. Maybe the best token generator card in Anthem effect. Lord Skitter debated even playing a third copy because its wrap tokens generate each turn, and you can exile cards from your opponent's graveyard, particularly useful against some of these like newer bug reanimate decks. Sometimes it's a little slower than you need on the draw, but maybe you get their best payoff. Rite of Oblivion plays well with tokens. Jadar and Resolute Reinforcements is what you want to be doing on turn 2, because if you can play a Jadar or a Resolute Reinforcements on 2, and you can play a Sanguine Evangelist or a Lord Skitter on turn 3, you can play a Hoarding Broodlord on turn 4, assuming none of them get. So there's potentially an argument for playing, if we're really going all in on Broodlord, more Sanguine Evangelists and Lord Skitters over something like Wedding Announcement, because that second token doesn't enter the battlefield until the end of turn, meaning you wouldn't be able to play Broodlord until 5. But for the time being, that's our path to Broodlord on turn 4. It's Jadar or Resolute Reinforcements into Sanguine Evangelist or Lord Skitter the following turn. We got a couple Bitter Triumphs just as a convenient removal spell. An Intrepid Adversary is like a nice Silver Bullet toolbox card that you can grab off of Hoarding Broodlord. Again, another way to push through a bunch of damage. Destroy Evil is great for that. Enchantment, there's a lot of enchantments, especially in the Domain deck, which I think we're kind of weak against, being honest here. March of the Wretched, Sorrow, and Cut Down are just rounding out removal. Could easily be something else. Pop over to lands. We've got our single copies of each of the I forget which of these are the channel lands. Ganjo and Takanuma. Plains and Swamps, Caves, Restless Fortress, full suite there. Shattered Sanctum. Raffine's Tower. I thought about maybe playing a copy or two of ones. Well, you know what I mean. The land that destroys other lands. Really bad with the names of cards. You'll learn that quick. So let's get to it. All right, so this hand is a bit on the slow side. We're gonna keep it lands and spells. Nice mix here. We'll be regretful if we're playing against red, which is the most common deck that I played in Best of One. Standard. Here we go. See a turn 1 Monastery Swift Sphere. Phoenix Chick, next worst thing. Alright. Turn 2 Swift Sphere. And a Play with Fire. It's not looking good for our hero. Really not looking good for our hero. So Lord Skitter, block that. Beseech the Mirror. Oof. Oh man, Beseech the Mirror, I feel like it's just likely to be a little late. I think we're going to play Skitter and exile the Play with Fire. Hope we're able to block Godric and we don't get the Lightning Strike, or what would be even worse is the... Oh man, I can't remember what it's called right now. Said bad with card names, but the red Pump Spell. Yeah, here we go. Oh, Witch Stalker Frenzy. 6, 7. We're not dead, but we're basically dead. I don't think there's any way to get out of this. Especially considering I just played the wrong land, so I can't even beseech into destroying all the things. Yeah. And that guy can't block. So going to 3. I guess it's possible that he has nothing. If he has nothing... turn. Just play mountains. Literally anything other than mountains, so we die. So there's that. I can't think of a thing that wouldn't kill us. I guess Witch Stalker Frenzy. Actually, Witch Stalker Frenzy would kill us because... Okay, just found a reason on a mountain to kill us. Lightning Strike, okay. I don't know why I'm good gaming the slow roll, but... would have died regardless. Now we're dropping into Diamond Tier 3. We were in Diamond Tier 2 a moment ago. So 0-1 so far. Up against Wally. Well, not as convenient land-wise, but we'll roll with this. Any other land allows us to send a Wedding Announcement, which can get us to Broodlord. I don't think I'm in any rush here. So we're going to go ahead and play Restless Fortress. We blast in those Resolute Reinforcements a little bit later. Okay. I think from this stage, I would like to mass tokens, allow Broodlord to be advantage generator. Unbreaker. Everyone wants to get rid of that. Not a fan of seeing Relic. We have an easy means by which to do so. So I think I'm going to go ahead and pull that off the right. Generating tokens off of Wedding Announcements.
I've already read your thoughts. You won't stop us.
Hard on. us. Okay. I'm gonna run Jadar out. Oh. No. I'm gonna wait. We have the blacks that we need for hoarding Brood anyway. It's really easy to get white from here. And probably get the following turn anyway, but I like to push through some damage first. Maybe worse than. Couldn't quite get to the point where I wouldn't think draw a card off of that, so let's go Resolute Reinforcements. Okay. We got there on the 4th land. We could Broodlord. But we sort of have to take the turn off to do it. And I think we need to try to press an advantage. But one problem with Broodlord is sometimes if you have the means by which to play it, you shouldn't. This is a great example of that. So my inclination here is to do nothing. I don't really want to play Jadar into a board wipe. And we have 8 power on board. If they were to activate Restless Anchorage to block, we can blow it up. So I think the play is just chill. We can flash in Virtual Loyalty. That really puts them on a 2-turn clock. They don't do anything. I expect they will do something. Is that all the things? Wedding Festivity? Sunfall, it's close. Some more reinforcements. We're gonna bash here. I think this is a place to run out Jadar. But pretty solidly with Resolute Reinforcements if they don't board wipe us again. Just board wipe us again. Pretty did. Okay. I think we're gonna go Resolute Reinforcements. It does leave us pretty wide open to getting board wiped. I hope to draw a few more cards before that happens. Pop is sort of the last card I wanted to draw in this matchup. Not gonna lie. Again, I still don't think we or it means the card just waits in our hand, but I don't know if there's a white card that says your creatures gain indestructible and hexproof. It wouldn't work that great against Sunfall anyway. It's cool. I think we just go ahead and Bitter Triumph this thing. I'll pay the 3 life. Not terribly worried about my life total here. Sunfall me again, bro. Farewell. So I'm really just hoping to draw an untapped land here. Untapped land it is. That allows me to fire a fortress and probably win. Yeah, we'll take it. Quick loss to mana red on the draw. Quick win against control. Play back to tier 2. Chew. I like that avatar. Similar circumstance with the lands the last time, but we have a lot of action despite that. We're going to keep this. Not quite as good as our last hand. Here's a proving ground. I think we're going to roll out Jadar. Must power on the board fastest. Alright, so I don't think this is a good matchup for us. I'll take it. In which case, maybe I wait to attack with this guy until next turn, so potentially gets one more point. We'll see. Plus, we could end up drawing. Oh, let's see. We wouldn't be black shy if we drew Broodlord, and I think I would go ahead and run out Brood. Sword. Topiary's not pretty out. So we're definitely playing against Domain. Odd that he would get odd that he would get planes instead of. Anyway, I'm not gonna worry about that guy right now. Maybe I should, but I probably will flash Resolute Reinforcements to chump block him, or I'll Bitter Triumph him. Or I'll probably not play Jadar here. And although I'd really like to get another dude. So what we don't want to have happen is for him to play, I forget the name of the card, but the invasion that goes and fetches lands plus a land, and then have him be able to bash into that to get the flipped version of it. So I think I'm going to play, because I'd have to block with Jadar in that case. I think I'm going to play Resolute Reinforcements. I put one less point of power on the board to 5, 6, 7, 8. Still have him at a 2-turn clock. I think it's fine. Needs tower, so he's got that. So it does. The double planes. Does this deck even play Wandering Emperor? I don't usually see it playing Wandering Emperor. Not lose my Sanguine Advance. Okay, wedding announcement. I don't want to draw a card, so I have a feeling I'm going to go ahead. Okay, actually, let's see. We're just going to bash for now. Angel is bad for us too, which... Okay, so he is playing Wandering Emperor. I'm a little surprised that didn't... Well, I mean, he's just giving me a bunch more points of damage off of Sanguine Evangelist. You've been gonna exile here. I'm not gonna Bitter Triumph him. So yeah, but the battle cry still happens. No longer 2-turn clock, but if we're gonna go ahead and winning announce, because we really just need to start gaining some card advantage. We're gonna to win right away. Right of Oblivion's not bad. We just need some lands and some gas. Because pretty soon, this deck is likely to get out of reach for us. Angel is definitely bad. Just gaining life bad for us. Like, I can remove that. Hopefully pluses on Archangel. Perfect. Yeah, so at the very least we can get rid of that. So we're going to Bitter Triumph the Angel. I'll play the 3 here. This game is not likely to come down to have life or not. Yeah, so I think the play is just get rid of this Emperor. Might be stuck on lands, which would be a little convenient. In which case I am going to go ahead and run out Jadar. Maybe that was the wrong play. Yeah. Well, if I draw a non-tap land, I'm gonna wish I had just been able to flash in Virtue of Loyalty, and then been able to cast the enchantment half. Yeah, all the regret. Still can't block, but I would still have Jadar in my hand and a 2/2 Vigilance on the battlefield. But I think the play is just bash and play Virtue of Loyalty enchantment regardless. It does open us up to just getting obliterated by the exile all the things card. But we're gonna go for it. Still drawing cards off Wedding Announcement. I'm just gonna get the 7th land. Topiary Stompers. Able to do things. Still have 5 mana up. Thing. This feels like 4 time, but I'll just go ahead and do this. Stuff. So I draw and depopulate. That is a thing. But I could Virtue this dude. Such that any of his blocks are not productive. Almost want to do that. I think I'm gonna do that. This is an odd use of Virtue, but it's not especially great in this matchup regardless. He's got another Wandering Emperor. This will be kind of annoying, but part of me wants to leave back Jadar, but we're not gonna. We're going for the. Pretty much. So, feeling that we're gonna get either we're gonna have a Herd Migration cast. Wouldn't be terrible for them right here, or Praxa. Wish I had one more land. I could activate this ahead of Virtue of Loyalty, but no such luck. There's the Atraxa, so at least I have a response to the Atraxa. Oh, wow, they didn't hit the enchantment. They're not even playing the enchantment because I haven't seen it yet. Didn't leave up white anyway. So we probably just won here. Because we can Trade of Oblivion. Can't think of any black card that would out of this. So target non-land permanent. This guy. So we can fire up Restless Fortress and Bash. Well, doing one so far. Not a great hand. Certainly not on the draw. Questionable. Jank Brews has a tendency to keep questionable. Might regret it if we're playing again against super aggro decks. So, Intrepid Adversary might be nice. Don't super pump your Cacophony Scamp. There's a quick spear. Hopefully they're more on pump than they are on remove. I do kind of like this deck. It's got to be less consistent than on a red version. Okay, we're going to go ahead and run this dude straight out. It's unlikely to have a means by which to remove it without Copperline Gorge, and if they use the Copperline Gorge, they wouldn't be able to, us having another red, pump, scamp. Let's see here. Ancestral Anger. Light. Don't really recall what else. Audacity. Yeah, I'm gonna block this. One of two things here. I can either part of me wants to just wait to the following turn and just depop. But I could just play Sanguine Evangelist. I mean, I think in neither case am I likely to block the Swift Spear. So could straight up die though. Well, I guess in this case I could use the bat to block this with Spear. But right, I'd like the Sanguine Evangelist to be alive. Picnic Ruiner. Now I really wish I played the thing. For here. I may just want to like bait it out. Baiting something out. Okay. No. Okay. Now I question whether I want a Depop. I really question whether I want a Depop. I might wait. Let's see. I think I'm gonna bash. That's. Do I just depop it? In depopping here, I still have Rite of Oblivion with Skitter, and I can make a dude. I'm gonna depop him. I don't really want to get trampled over by this little bitch. Alright, I don't know if I'm allowed to say about words on Twitch or I'm new here. Virtuoso makes me wish I'd potentially held back on that, but let's see what we can do here. So we're gonna Skitter. I'm gonna go to combat. Hopefully he doesn't get removed. Really annoying if it gets straight up die to. So we'll eat Lunar, I think. we will not attack. We'll just go ahead and attempt to right this Virtuoso. The rat. Alright. There's another Virtuoso. Oh. Might do the same dang thing. This anger. No, that I want to bash. I may actually want to use this Takanuma. Maybe it's either I'd be able to write. Well, I mean, it was block. Let's see. Have another Lord's. We have Resolute Reinforcements. The off chance that he blocks and pops. Don't see that happening. I think the play is just style that dude. Set up Resolute Reinforcements? Question is, do I Takanuma? Or do I just set up for Resolute Reinforcements? It may help me decide. Protect Predator Virtuoso? No, doesn't. In this case, probably just hang tight. Any flashcards to stick with. Bloodletter of Alcazats. Now I'm inclined to just run it out. On the aggressive. Coffiny Scamp. Does this deck play Wandering Emperor? Really surprised it does. Yeah, Letter of Alcazats. Pretty good. I doubt it plays much. Like kind of a combo deck, so if you remove all of its creatures, it's unlikely to do much. Signed. Seeded. Alright, so 3-1 so far. Give this one more aim. Post results out of 5. Nick. This is a very odd opening hand, but I don't hate it. I like that we got lands, interaction, and a Jadar. Could be kind of lame if they remove the Jadar. Have here. Oh no, back to what I considered a bad matchup for us, and we're drawing lands. Maybe it's Jund, and not Orzhov here. Okay, it could be Jund. It could be. Okay, Jadar's getting cut down. We're gonna need a little help on the top of our deck soon. I think I'm not even gonna attack here. It doesn't do me a whole lot of good. Relic of Legends. Don't have removal for that, unfortunately. Still drawing lands. Painful. I don't want to talk Anima. Let's see. Rona. I guess I can remove Rona. Tap an untapped legend. So what does this guy do again? Whenever you attack me, discard a card. I don't really like that guy, but I think I'm gonna allow him to resolve here. I'm just gonna march the Rona. 0. He'll attack in this case anyway. This guy can rather easily be moved. Actually block the guy. Let's see, there's another Rona, kind of annoying. I'm not sure which I want to get rid of more, but gosh, the lands are crushing us here. And I guess we'll play a caves. And I hate leaving either of those around. I don't know which one is more annoying. This guy gets there pretty quick. Do I want to do anything now is the question. It's got plazas of heroes, so bashing is definitely a thing. I could really be flipping Rona there. I'm gonna wait. No idea what to expect out of this matchup, but I do know that if we continue to draw lands, doesn't matter what this deck does, we're gonna lose to it. Slogurk, okay. Alright, this sort of makes me want to... Yeah. Okay. I want to allow him to attack. I think the answer is no. I think I'm going to discard a card because I don't think it's... and I'm going to nail this guy. Just don't like the end. Want to discard lands? Or pay life? Let's discard a land. Wish they hadn't killed Jadar because I'd really like to talk to him right now. Another one. Alright, can I get my one of Board Wipe? If I'm gonna draw all these lands? Okay, Rite of Oblivion isn't awful. Question is what do I want to get rid of? The answer is all these mofos. Slogurk. I think I still just want to get rid of this engine. I'm not sure where this came from. Okay. It's still my turn. We're gonna go ahead and activate this for black. Dissolve. Take action. Well, no, we're just gonna get swamped. Annoyed if that's another land. I mean, I could easily just die to Rona getting flipped in Slogurk. Okay, so there's another Slogurk. This nonsense. I don't have any creatures that we can play for one. Play. It'd just be Resolute. This guy can time, but I need to guarantee that my token solves. If he's just got another cut down past Jadar, then right does nothing for him. Is this when he leaves the battlefield? Leaves the battlefield. Man, that's annoying. Plus he's got another Slowgurk. I don't know that he can cast the other Slowgurk after this turn. But Slowgurk, maybe he casts a Slowgurk and just gets these lands back to his hand. That's not terrible. I mean, my position is not great here. So if I'm him, that might not be awful play. Also, just Plaza of Heroes might give him the win. Now I wish I had Jadar. Proof and indestructible. No problem. This guy having trample. Also a problem. So to sack it. I might just make him the freaking Plaza of Heroes and hope that the top of my deck has something good on it. I don't know, man. I don't want to give him all his lands back either. Maybe I give it a turn side after I flash in both of these Resolute. Let's get his own Dakanuma. Oof. This is creative. I actually really like this. This is Jank Brew worthy, in my opinion. I've seen a version of this a handful of times. I don't know how janky it really is, but like cycling these lands for Slowgurk is insane too, because even if you board wipe them, unless you're exiling, you get all those lands back. So you can just recycle them by Slowgurks. Hoping to draw. You can still technically use Plaza of Heroes, which is really annoying. But I just have so few options here. Wedding Announcement isn't the worst card in the world to draw, but it's not far off from it. Let's try, because I mean otherwise I'm very likely just to Slowgurk bash. So one, maybe he doesn't know that. He doesn't realize he can use Plaza of Heroes. Could also do that. All these lands and yet still. Jace? Even cast Jace? Yeah, I guess you can cast Jace off of Relic of Legends. I can't even think of too many sets of top decks that would be good enough. What's from here? I love the Titania. This is super janky. I'm here for it. I give David and Mike Jank Brews seal of approval.
We can improve upon your ideas.
Loyalty not have been especially great. It wouldn't have been awful. Fort Skitter is kind of interesting. And I can play both of them. You know what? It's a pretty Pretty easy turn. Know that it's going to be good. It's an easy one. Start eating lands that I don't want them to have. Blow up my Lord Skitter, bro. That's a way to blow up my Lord Skitter. So Rite of Oblivion. I'm not even sure what the heck is right here. We're just gonna play this wedding announcement. Try not to die until. Man, that's so good. Cool. We're just playing multiples of these, or if you really just got lucky and got all of them. But despite the fact that it's kicking my ass, I like this deck. That might be answering my question. Yeah, he's on multiples. I should have conceded, but I'm playing this one out. Better tie, I gets to remove something. Am I just dead to attackers? I mean, probably. Do anything? Why did that? If you remove one of my guys, then I'm probably dead anyway. Let's see. Anya. Love it. You have? Hacking with. I mean, you gotta go for the glory, right? Gain strength. So I have to block with 2, not die, right? Yeah, it's 11. Yeah, we're gonna go to 1. Actually, block with it. Well, I can't write it. The write it, but it's I either top deck board wipe or bust. And even board wipe isn't very good. Am I dead? Okay, no, I'm dead anyway. I guess there's that. I approve. Tempted to go one more or 3 and 2 at present. Pick the same one point from the bottom of a diamond. We'll give this 2 more. Goes first. This is not the worst hand. Not terribly inspiring either. We're gonna keep on the back of. Well, there might be worlds in which Jadar here. Let's check. Probably not one of those worlds. So, I guess I'm inclined to hold for Virtue of Loyalty, just because I don't want to, like, lightning shocking, or whatever the heck they're calling it, my Jadar or my Intrepid Adversary. So, I guess if he goes... Oh, come on out. But I was thinking, Goblin fella, I would have probably pitched Jadar to March. I'm gonna burn a bolt on something. Guess we never drew the land. Definitely a problem. Question is, do we run out Jadar? Run out Intrepid Adversary? Do we destroy evil the freaking Kamano faces? I think I'm gonna do that. There's not too many other uses for this in here. We'll be annoyed if he then plays Goblin Dude. Godric, also kind of annoying. Yeah. Had one game where we've drawn almost nothing but lands. In this game, we can't get a land to save our lives. And we might need a land to save our lives. So yeah, I'm tempted to pitch both Jadars to March, depending on what happens here. Let's check. I think I'm gonna do it. Yeah. 5, 5, 5. This Jadar and that Jadar. Submit to. 3 for 1. I think he gets him no matter what. Yep. Okay. Getting somewhere. Question is, do we wedding announcement or do we Lord Skitter? Skitter we want to do ahead of time. I think we're gonna wedding announcement. Really use that black virtue. Top. Sure. Glad I didn't Lord Skitter last turn. Broodlord. There we go. Sure. If it matters here. That guy, maybe that was the wrong move, considering I have a way to reanimate things, but the chances of me ever getting there are very, very low. But oh, I can potentially cast Hoarding Broodlord this next turn, if it doesn't do that, and I drew it. Ooh, Virtue of Persistence is not the worst thing. Tempted to just not do it yet, though. I just need freaking lands. Just in case. Well, shoot. Probably should have attacked there because they're going to become 2/2s anyway. And extra conservative. Just trying not to die. I think the longer this game goes, the more likely we are to have a shot, but I can technically Broodlord now, as long as he doesn't get rid of the rat, of all things. And arguably should have attacked with another guy to get guys rather than, or to get cards rather than guys. It's really questionable here, given that guys let me cast Hoarding Broodlord. Now to a Phoenix check. Discard draw. Roll on Phoenix. 9. Okay. That is excellent. Part of me thinks I want to just slam Broodlord before I do anything else, and then decide. It's not going to affect what they do. Don't imagine. Yeah, I don't know that I give any Fs here. Let me get another dude. Yeah, we're gonna go here. We have our 2 life gains already. Unless if he has like a steal this guy, has a steal this guy, it's bad. So I think I want to get, just to be super safe, I want to get a Bitter Triumph. Because if he happens to steal my Broodlord, I would otherwise be dead. And I'm not going to attack. No attacks in turn. It's very conservative. Lightning Strike, Dome. Yeah. Just got a couple more Lightning Strikes. I could just Lightning Strike. Bash Bash. Five damage. Sure. 5 damage. Lightning striking him again. Okay. So I'm gonna Bitter Triumph response. By discarding a card. Man, I hate to do that, but do I discard a card? Do I pay the 3 life? He's got no cards left in hand. Do I do neither? Just go to 3. I just let him do it and go to 3. Then I can Bitter Triumph the next turn. So I have Intrepid Adversary. Yeah, I'd much rather discard that under the circumstances. So we're going to Virtue of Persistence. Let's see. Is it just dead? That's also an option. Him just being dead. I have 5 of these guys. It's 5. He has 5, then he's dead. Okay, that's just another way to win. Pay attention, bro. All right, so 4 and 2. I think we're gonna wrap it up here. We're closing in at 1 hour. 4 and 2 is respectable for Jank Brewing on our first venture. Take a quick look right here at the end. See what we might do differently. You know, it's hard to say. I don't know after that many games that I would change much. Probably the weaker link. Like I felt like maybe the third Jadar could be cut, um, but it's part of the Broodlord combo. So if you happen to watch this, I'm curious, what would you cut and add? Um, Keeping with the theme of hoarding Broodlord, keeping with the theme of silver bullets, tutor options, toolbox, as it were. Let me know in the comments if anyone ever watches this.